Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? I'm Tanya Lee of Harmonia. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are tuning in live, just to remind you guys, I'm actually multicast. I'm multitasking. Yes, I am. I'm simulcastly posting on here from Facebook and YouTube and in the group. And then for those of you in the Facebook group, make sure you go to the public one so I can see you all. And if you are watching the replay, make sure you guys comment replay. Guys, it's so good to see you all here. Thank you so much for all your love and support. So this Harmonite Spotlight is a little bit different. I have some big news, but you also will recognize the people that I have on here. You probably will recognize Lisa Fry from My Mystical Life because I had her on here before for a Harmonite Spotlight a couple months back ago. But this one, we have something extra special because Sam is here, her comrade in crime, is here to join for My Mystical Life. And we have some big news in regards to a trip that they are hosting for Salem Weekend. But without further ado, I would love to bring Lisa and Sam on board here. So let's get them on here.
You cracked me up. You're awesome. You're awesome.
So, for those of you who have not met Lisa yet, Lisa, can you tell us, and Sam, tell us a little bit about My Mystical Life, the experience?
Oh, gosh, the experience. My Mystical Life started as I was kind of pushed to do this by my guides when I first started because of a lack of community, a lack of people feeling supported within their spiritual journey. And it just has kind of grown. It's been, I think we started the membership like actually just over a year ago. And it's amazing how many people were actually craving having that community and looking for someplace to lift each other up. So that's really what we do. We get on, I get on to do readings in the morning and all that stuff, and it's fun. And that's where I find my relaxation is there. But really our passion is for, at least my passion. Is that where your passion lies?
Okay. He's got many different skills and passions.
Right? But it really lies within the membership and humbled every day in every way watching. Well, we just sit here and watch and go, what?
We never dreamed that this would turn into such a magnificent community. Mm-hmm. The members, I mean, we look at everybody like family because we see conversations going between all the members, and it's so awesome to see all that. And
Aaron, we're live.
We're quite humble as far as we put the community together, but all we did was host a place for everybody to come
and talking
to talk.
And it's been amazing, and we're so happy to be a part of it.
So let's step back though, because you both are psychic mediums. You both have very unique skills. Lisa, you're very driven to do more instruction work. You're the instructor, the teacher. Sam, you also teach as well. You're great at it, by the way, because I am part of the Late Bloomers membership group. So I have seen both of them in action. Sam does a lot of grid healing work as well. But also you guys have an amazing crystal shop that I'm obsessed with. And probably one of the number one, I buy a lot.
We love you.
Of course you do. But you have a lot of knowledge about crystals as well. So I want to bring that on the table, guys, of how they came about here. But also, what I love about your group and the membership is the community is great. Everybody interacts with one another, but you've created a safe place for people as they're going through their spiritual journey, to be able to open up what their gifts are, but also if they just need support. And it's a really loving community. And I have not really seen anything like that, like no other. My community is a little bit different because I'm pulling in all different kinds, right? So I love being the spiritual connector to have people focus on there, because that's not really what I focus on. So it's amazing that you have created this group for there. So I commend both of you for doing this and creating this experience and following your intuition to just do the membership. But I want to focus a little bit on Sam, because I've already heard Lisa's story.
What is that? What this is?
I've already heard Lisa's story. And guys, for those of you, like I said, if you haven't heard Lisa's story or new to this, and I'm my regular subscribers, I'm going to pin her spotlight so you can hear her. But I want to know what the experience was for you while she was going through that, and you were going through your awakening experience. I would love to have an aspect of what you thought. Oh, look at Lisa's like, that's a big question. Because
I've never heard this before. I've never heard this. This is a good aspect of questioning. I'm gonna say
this will be like what's that wedding game or the married or the couple, the dating game where you got to figure out. Anyways, anyways.
Yeah, just act like I'm not here. Just say,
Lisa, I don't know. This has been what 15, 16,
12 years,
something like that. It's been a while. Okay. It's not really been that long in the grand scheme of things, but Lisa and our youngest son started. Is it on our end or her end?
I have no idea. You froze.
Newlywed game, yeah.
I don't know if it's her. Can you guys see us or can you see Tanya?
No, Aaron. No, we're not going to go. No.
I don't know what happened. Our internet is good.
You can't type on there, can you?
Okay, we're good. It's Tanya.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and she disappeared.
She'll be back. Hi, everybody.
I should put more lipstick on. Yeah, and this is really funny that while she's off here, you guys, I don't think I've really heard this aspect of Sam's journey. So this is going to be really, really interesting. And what an interesting, what a great question, because you get to see the other aspect of what it looks like when you have a family member saying, hey, guess what? I'm talking to dead people and I know that they're related to you, because that's exactly what we had happen. But I'm not going to say any more because that's my aspect of it, not Sam's. So you can tell I'm monologuing. I'm going to tell you my evil plan. Isn't that what monologuing is? Right? So, okay, good. You're saved
out of my own show.
Yeah. It's okay. I was monologuing. We were going to start talking about evil
I love how they booted me from my own show.
Oh, and she's frozen. Are you frozen? Or are you moving? Or are you just smiling really weird for a long extended period of time?
She's a good freeze frame.
So I'm sorry. So Sam, you were in the midst of telling it.
You're having all kinds of problems over there. I can see it or hear it. Anyways, so I'll just go on, and then when you can,
if you come in and out, we'll just still be here.
We'll just say hi and wave. And so, anyways, I'm sorry. Oh man, she's got kicked off again.
There she is again. We're going to continue with answering this, and then if you get kicked down and off, we'll just still be here.
That's funny. Anyways, not funny, and I'm sorry she's having technical difficulties. So, I don't know. We were living in Virginia at the time when Lisa and our youngest started doing some ghost hunting stuff. And I'll tell you, I'm not particularly interested in messing with ghost spirits, especially when the places they were going, Sailor's Creek, cemeteries. Cemeteries, big no-no. I ain't going there after dark. It's just the way it is. Seen too many bad movies that way. Anyways, so things kind of progressed, and then they started getting all of this technical equipment and, EMF detectors, and there's all kinds of apps they started being able to get on their phones to do things. And so I started to get interested in it just as an observer, not as a participant. And so that kind of started the curiosity, because, I witnessed things, and while I never was touched by a spirit or messed with or saw anything or even felt anything, but again, I wouldn't have known what to look for, and I just wasn't as open as she was at that time. Anyways, I actually did a couple ghost hunts with him in Toledo, Ohio. One was at the brewery, that hotel we did, which was kind of interesting. I mean, we found a few anomalies. And so again, I got kind of interested in it, and I kind of realized, well, I always knew there was something there, but I never wanted to, I don't want to admit all that, because
you're a guy.
No, it had nothing to do with being a man. It was just I don't want to fool with that, man. I don't want no problems. Like I said, I've seen a lot of bad movies. And so,
don't want no problems.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, whoa. Whoa, bear. Anyways, so we eventually we moved out of Virginia and we moved back to Ohio. And of course, I was working so much, and she was working with a local group of friends and some local ghost hunters in Toledo, Ohio area. And I went and did a couple events with them, and but things didn't really start getting real until she came back from Florida. And she had gone down to visit her mother and a girlfriend and family, of course. And while she was down there, she was over at her friend's house and discovered somebody had done something really bad to a woman in the house that our friend was living in. And apparently this entity really liked her a lot and came back to Ohio from Florida with her, rode back in the vehicle with her. So, and she made mention of it a couple of times. In fact, I remember her calling me on the way home, and I'm going, okay.
Don't bring that here.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, but anyways, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't think nothing. I didn't think anything else of it. And so I've not been working this job for very long. So I got stress of, learning the ins and outs of everything, where I'm supposed to go. But it never dawned on me that I was changing personality wise. I was changing. And it was your friend, Chris. Christine that say, hey, your husband's got an attachment on him, and she described everything that was going on, and she just thought it was me being irritable and cranky, because face it, I do get irritable and cranky. But she did something. I think she smudged the house for the first time, and he left, and he left me alone, and lo and behold, I started sleeping better again. And I wasn't nearly as irritable. Even at work, I wasn't. I didn't realize that I had been. But he had attached himself to me and was trying to sabotage a lot of things. Us, my work, get rid of me, and then he could,
I don't know what he thought he was going to do.
What that might mean. But he would have been his torturers, essentially. Anyways, so I guess that was my first go around with any kind of energy thing. And then she started doing Reiki classes and was telling me about it, and I thought, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. She told me about some of the things that she saw, shadows on the wall, people, and I was like, okay, well, I did not. When I went through my Reiki classes, I never saw any of that, but again, energy work with everybody is a little bit different, and my experience was different than hers, and it should be. Everybody's not going to be a carbon copy. It's not cookie cutter. So, but the thing that really, changed the trajectory was when I think I was in my Reiki 2 class. The instructor brought out selenite. Now, this was my first experience with selenite. I'd never heard of it and never even saw it before. And, I was just a dumb old city boy / country boy that moved to the country from the city. So I didn't know anything about it, nor had I ever studied anything metaphysical or, spiritual, anything like that. So, but so she went around a class and she demonstrated how the energy would flow through the selenite so much more fluently than just, feeling the energy. And even at that point, she still had problems. I still couldn't feel the energy. It was just me. I couldn't feel it. But any of the other classmates I was in, they all could feel the energy transfer and moving and cleansing and all that. I never could. Well, anyways, so she runs this selenite wand Just wave and smile, Tanya. So she wears this selenite wand over my head and down my front of my face and across my chest. And I was like, well, I definitely felt something. And then she went around the room and did everybody else. And she came back around the second time and she had a different wand that she had coiled copper onto. And it was like electric. It was, I almost made my hair stand up all, everywhere that thing went. And I was truly, that was probably the first time that I was like, oh, okay, there's really something to this. And so the energy side of this, I've been kind of hooked on the energy side of energy healing work and stuff like that ever since. So I've just I take classes from time to time. I'm pretty much, my healing sessions are pretty much self-taught. I just do whatever spirit tells me to do. And, apparently I'm a good channel or a good conduit for the energy to flow. So I just say, hey guys, it's time to get to work and I basically get out of the way and let them guide whatever I'm supposed to do. So that's how I got started in this. And as she has developed, she has taught me a lot of things as far as reading cards and reading people's energies, and we've gone to some seminars and stuff where
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can still see you frozen, but we can hear you. So
for the moment.
Anyways, but and then last year, last June of 2019, wasn't it? Was it 2019 or 2020? It was June of 2020. We started our membership while we were living in Hawaii.
25.
Yep. And then I've always been kind of a rock hound kind of person, but I didn't understand why. I just was drawn to things. And so, but now that I have been on my journey, I understand the energies that the stones and crystals have, and their energies, if they're not meant for us, they won't sync up, and and so don't
ask questions.
Okay, having kind of put the pieces together in my head, I've gotten more into it, and I do a lot of research. I teach some classes on the crystals and things like that in our membership, and it's amazing. Sometimes, we do a lot of web-based sales and stuff, but when somebody says, I want an IP, which is intuitive pick, I really do. I feel around for the energy of the pieces, and it may not be the prettiest piece that somebody gets, but the energy is what counts. It's not the look of it. It's not the beauty of the piece. It's the energy the piece is put off. Anyways, I'm getting way down in the rabbit hole here, but so that's pretty much my story. The selenite wand with the copper, and I actually made one for myself to use as a tool while I'm doing healings, and that was my aha moment. This, I don't want to say the psychic part of it, but the ability to interpret thoughts and memory, or not any memories, and the sensations that I get it into something that makes sense to somebody. I've got some damn good guides that 10 years ago I would have been I would look at me right now 10 years ago and what's this guy talking about? So but that's my story.
And we're just going to monologue until she gets back. Sam and I link up really, really well when it comes to intuition.
There she comes again.
So there is information transfer. We've had this happen quite a few times where
we
like that.
No, it's really interesting because she'll be doing a reading for somebody, and if I'm actually home for doing her coffee chats and stuff, she'll go through something, and I'll be over here like, I got something else I want to add to that, because I've got people chirping in my ear over here going, hey, you need to tell them that too.
I have to tell you that the shirt you have on, although it has pink in it and a little bit of teal. Very much reminds me of the shirt that Jim was laughing about in your middle school
Lord
picture.
have mercy. Lord have mercy.
That yeah, okay. Hi, Tanya. Tanya, how are you today? So glad you could join us.
I love how I can't be on my own show. Can you guys hear me at all?
I love the way. I love the
We
way.
hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're still frozen, but
No.
What in the world? Do you want us to pop off and come back on?
So weird. I don't understand. I have I'm in
Catching one of every three.
let's try that.
You're okay. I can hear you.
your signal is really.
You're moving. Hannah was having this issue too. I wonder if this issue. No, you can't hear me.